Welcome to ECS32B. My name is Grant Gilson, and I'm one of your student TAs this quarter, and I'll be walking you through the process we'll be using this quarter to facilitate office hours. The platform we'll be using is called Discord. It's a free communication platform that supports voice, video, and screen sharing. So we're going to follow the instructions right here from discordapp.com for how to install um, the Discord client on whatever platform that you'll be using this quarter. That would be Windows, Mac OS, or Linux, and we're just going to follow whatever installer you'll be using for this. So you're going to download that installer, and you go ahead and follow the instructions on how that works. Also down at the bottom of this page, there is a sign up now, and this will take you to the page for where you will register your email account, your username, and your password for the Discord client that you'll be using for this quarter. After going through the account making process, you should end up at a screen that looks like this. This is the Discord home screen. You should have received an invitation link either through CampusWire or through the updated syllabus, which will be giving you an invitation to the Discord server. So you can either follow that link directly through your browser, or you can come up here to the Add Server section on the left-hand corner of the client and go ahead and click Join the Server. We're going to just copy and paste that link in right there, and as we hit Join, we'll be dropped directly into the welcome screen of our server. We should have also received a direct message from a user by the name of OHBot, who will tell us that we have been added as a student to this class. He's also given us a list of a whole bunch of commands that we'll find useful later on in this tutorial. Okay, so let's go back to the server, and on the left-hand side, the ECS32B server, and we're greeted with this welcome page. This welcome page has some useful information, such as a basic command that we're going to go ahead and use to interface with the bot, and a couple other GIFs to show you a couple how-to things. And you can go ahead and read this on your own time, and this welcome screen will be here for the whole quarter. So, as I've alluded to before, office hours are going to be handled by a special user in the server by the name of OHBot. And so you are allowed to interface with OHBot in any general text channel that you are allowed to type in. So, as a general text channel, let's check out the channel by the name general. And so let's say we want to interface with this bot, and we want to know what commands are available to us to use. Well, we can go ahead and type /help at the bottom and hit enter on there. And OHBot will DM us a nice little list of all the possible commands that we can use as a student. We see here there's many commands such as enter queue, leave queue, voice lock, voice unlock, and a couple others that we'll be going over later on in this video. Okay, now that we know how to interface with the bot to ask it for help, let's see how interfacing with the bot will work when we're going to be running office hours. So, right here on my TA account, we're going to say office hours are now open. And so if we go over to the server, we see on the announcements page that to everyone that's here, the queue is now open for us to register for. So we can go ahead and use that command that was given to us by the OHBot, /enter queue, and we can go ahead and type that right into the general chat and enter ourselves into the queue. And so we should have received another notification from the OHBot telling us that we've been added to the queue, our current position in the queue, and that we're going to need to be in either a waiting room or a breakout room for when we are called on. So let's go ahead and join that. As you see right now, we've been entered into a voice channel room called the waiting room. So if at any point I decide that I no longer need to be in queue, let's say I've already solved my problem, or let's say I don't have time to be in the queue anymore, I can type the command leave queue and remove myself from the queue. And so now OHBot has told me that I've been removed from queue. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter ourselves in the queue again. This time we're going to be using the shorthand of the command /eq, stands for enter queue, and we'll enter ourselves into the queue. And we see that we've been moved into the waiting room, and if we go ahead and look over at this channel called OHQ, here is the number of people that are currently in the queue currently. So let's run through how office hours would work if you were waiting in this waiting room. And let's say the TA Grant is ready for the next person to join in. And so he's going to issue a command in a different channel, which will bring you into my office hours. So we see here that the test student has been automatically moved into Grant's office hours section so that we can talk about issues that you may be having in the class and homework assignments. As stated by OHBot, if you are not in the waiting room or a breakout room when you are called, you will be removed from the queue. So as we see here, there's a couple voice channels that are available for student use, and that is the waiting room and the breakout rooms. So while you're in the waiting room, you can talk to other people that are within the waiting room as well. Let's say someone else, like this person, is currently in the waiting room. Then we're free to converse and talk about things while we wait to be called on in the queue. And you can manage your voice settings here with the mute and deafen buttons down here. If, let's say, you just want to wait in the queue and don't want to talk to anybody. You can also join what's called a breakout room. And so a breakout room, followed right here, or seen right here, you can join to create, and that will bring you into your own personal breakout room. And here you can talk to, let's say, specifically your partner and have this room be private from the waiting room. And you'll still be brought into our office hour sections if you are in one of these breakout rooms. So let's say I, as a student, want to talk to my partner privately in a voice channel room about the code that we're working on. Well, then I can say voice lock, and this will lock this room to all other students except for me. And then I can also say voice unlock to allow other students to join this voice room with me. So let's say I don't want some other people to listen to what I'm speaking to my partner about. I can then say, but I don't have my partner currently in the room. I can say voice permit, and then at the person, let's just say Grant, and I want to permit Grant into my room. Then I'm going to say voice permit Grant. And now I've given permission for the user Grant to move into my channel. And only they have the permission to move in. And these rooms will be automatically cleaned up once all of the users leave them. So let's say I'm done talking to my partner. I can go ahead and move out of this room. The last command that you'll have for voice is going to be voice reject, which is, let's say if Grant is in the room, then I can go ahead and say voice reject Grant, and it will remove them from the room. As we see from the help command that we issue, there are a couple other commands pertaining to voice, such as claiming ownership and limiting the number of people that can be within your channel. And you can go ahead and play around with those commands on your own time. We won't be covered in this video. Okay, the last feature we're going to be talking about is screen sharing. So within the Discord client right here, if we are connected to any voice channel, currently I am connected to a breakout room, I can go ahead and go down to here at the section where voice connection says, called Go Live. And so I can go ahead and stream to anyone else who's within this room the screen that I am currently using. So I can go ahead and pick, let's say I want to pick the terminal that I'm using currently. And I'll go ahead and stream that terminal. So down here, anyone who is currently connected to this channel room can go ahead and click right here to view what's on my screen. And so you can go ahead and do this to talk to your partner about certain sections of your code, and it will be streamed to them within this channel. Now, I do have to note here that while you are free to share your screens, please share your screens within the bounds of the Academic Code of Conduct. If you are found in violation of the Academic Code of Conduct, you will be reported to SJA, and none of us want that. With all that being said, you are free to play around with the commands for the bot, and if you have any questions regarding how office hours are handled or regarding use of the bot, or you happen to find a bug, go ahead and shoot ask a question on Campus Wire about it, and we'll respond to you as fast as we can about it. So with that, happy helping, and I hope to see you all in office hours.